Bună tuturor, eu sunt Cătălin dintre și astăzi nu o să jucăm nimic, o să reacționăm la un alt video de la Secret4Studio. Romana e titlul. Nu sunt sigur de ce e titlul ăsta. Așa, să avem așa. Dar cred că e singurul video de la ei care are și subtitrări în română. Bun. Haideți să-i dăm. Deci uitați-vă pe riscul vostru.
Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. Most of you have definitely heard about this famous place and those mysterious and scary stories that are being told about it. Some say that several kids have disappeared in that place, and now their souls exist in the bodies of the animatronics, while others say that many people have mysteriously died in its walls, and no one can explain those deaths. And some think that this place is simply cursed. With each year, more of these stories are being spread and told. But is there any truth behind them? Well, if you want to find an answer to this question, we will have to travel back in time to the year 1987. That same year, when almost in every newspaper could be found an article about some strange incident titled Bites of 87.
Bine, trebuie să zic asta. Nu știu cum, pe ce platformă, site, aplicație, habar n-am, au făcut animațiile astea. Dar zău de nu mi-amintește de Metro. Trilogia Metro. Metro Exodus, Metro 2033, Metro Last Light. Care au jucat direct și nu chiar să ne rostul acele momente, dar a fost interesant. Dar clar a fost mai mișcat decât celălalt.
This story starts with a tragedy when 5 innocent children were kidnapped from Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, and no one could find them. Time flew, but despite their efforts, the police were still unable to find any information about the missing children. And then, one day, 3 strangers, who were driven by the same desire to uncover the truth, decided to start their own investigation. It was hard to say, was it...
Trebuie să zic, mereu mi-au plăcut easter egg-urile astea, cum ați văzut adineauri, din animațiile astea de la Secret4Studio. Mereu mi-au plăcut easter egg-urile de genul acesta în filme, seriale, animații, în jocuri. Dacă era ceva impresionant, cum ar fi în Far Cry Primal, mașina lui Fred Flintstone din desenul animat cu același nume, mi-a plăcut foarte mult, dar foarte mult un easter egg ca acela. Dar easter egg-uri mici, cum ar fi, nu știu, o cană cu un simbol într-un joc, mai ales într-un joc mare, nu și-au rostul, efectiv.
A coincidence, or was it intended by fate? But on the same day, in the same place, these 3 strangers met each other. And that place was the pizzeria from where the children were kidnapped.
Opa, mi-a plăcut ce am făcut.
Among those strangers was a police detective by the name Brian Clark, the person who couldn't just witness the unsuccessful work of his colleagues and decided to start his own investigation off the book. Another stranger was a private detective by the name Jeremy Fitzgerald, a master of his craft who was hired by a mother of a missing child. And the last stranger was me, Linda Jones, a news reporter from Arkham Advertiser, the person who was planning, no matter what, to discover the truth and find the missing kids. And also to find out what really happened to my colleague and good friend Ben Richard, who was brutally murdered while working on this case before me. Since we all had the same goal, we decided to join our forces and discover the truth behind the children's disappearance together. Yet, there are secrets, doors to which should never be opened. In total, our team consisted of 4 people. There was me, Brian, Jeremy, and Vincent. Vincent was a humble and quite unsociable man who was working for Brian. While being undercover, he was working as a day shift security guard at Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria and was providing us with useful information. Our target was the owner of the pizzeria, Daniel Smith, or rather to say his office. Based on Vincent's information, there was a secret room located in that office, behind which we were expecting to find the missing children, or at least some information about them. To get in that secret room, you had first to press a hidden button beneath Daniel's table. That would set off a mechanism which would open a way to the locked door. A key to that locked door was always with Daniel Smith on his neck. Yet, that was not a big problem for us, as almost every lock could be easy.
Aparent nu mai merg subtitările în română. Din nefericire. Traducere automată. Nu. alcoholism.
Easily broken. And luckily, I was a specialist in that. As for Daniel Smith himself, not much was known about him. Only that a few years back, he inherited the family business from his father after he died.
Time to scout.
Daniel Smith also had a younger brother by the name Fritz Smith. Yet he had gone missing several months ago, and nobody had seen him since then. According to Brian's words, Daniel Smith was a true evil in the flesh, the person who we should all be afraid of. Brian used to interrogate him several times in the past, and based on his words, never in his life has he seen such an evil and dangerous look as he witnessed in Daniel Smith's eyes. But Daniel Smith was not our main problem. Something else, created by him, was causing a bigger threat to us. And because of those things, we were not able to simply break into the pizzeria in the middle of the night. Hard to imagine how Daniel Smith was able to create those animatronics and
Ocultism. E clară treaba.
make them freely move around the pizzeria during the night. But in case they saw someone, they would immediately attack him. Due to that, one thing was obvious. Getting in there during a night without any help from inside would be too dangerous. But we quickly managed to find a solution to this problem. Through the entire week, every night, we were actively making diversions near the pizzeria, and those kind of actions eventually would achieve their goal, as it forced Daniel Smith to hire a night shift security guard to look after the pizzeria and straight away inform him if anything happens. And thanks to our efforts, Jeremy was hired to this position as a night shift security guard. Yet, even though we now had our people inside, still, getting into Daniel Smith's office turned out not to be an easy task. Starting on the first night, everything went not according to plan. Jeremy said that it was too dangerous for me to get inside of the building, as he still could not understand how exactly those animatronics were moving around the pizzeria and with what time frame. I hope he's okay down there.
Well, there's one way to find out. Hey, Jeremy, are you still alive down there?
Of course. Do you already expect me to die soon?
Who knows, who knows. So, how are things down there?
Well, right now, I look at the monitors, drink coffee, and play with a mask of I think it's a bear. Yep.
With the mask of the bear?
Yeah, I know. It might sound funny, but according to the pizzeria owner's words,
If those animatronics see me, I have to put it on straight away, since then they will consider me
as one of their own and will try to attack me.
Of course, it does sound stupid, but just in case, I keep it close to me.
It does sound funny. Anyway, keep us informed if something happens.
Will do. Over.
What do you think? Will we find those 5 missing kids in there?
I hope. And by the way, there were actually 6 of them.
6?
Yes, the boy named Timmy. It was a quite old and very complicated case, way before me. All I know is that missing kid, how to say this properly, he was not mentally healthy, and due to that, almost zero information was presented to the public.
That is weird. I had done some research before, but haven't seen anything about the 6th one. This is strange.
Trust me, I know the feeling. But we live in Arkham, and here, strange things are common. But don't worry, I bet soon we will find those kids or at least some information about their fate. We just need to get into that room.
We will.
That's the spirit.
Have a good night, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thank you for your advice, Vincent. I'll be sure to do so. Okay, let's see. What's going on down there?
Deci vă zic, sunt aproape sigur că s-au luat tot din joc. Sunt aproape sigur.
Where did you go?
Turned out, Daniel Smith was not lying. And the mascot mask did help. But, as we soon will find out, there was something else in that pizzeria, which would not be fooled by that mask. On the second night, things went smoother, as I was able to sneak in. Yet, as soon as I got in, new obstacles appeared in my way. Despite the fact that Jeremy was assured that he accurately learned the behavior and movement routes of those animatronics, as soon as I got in, they all began a targeted hunt for me.
Alright, Linda, it seems to be clear. You may go. Linda, are you alive down there?
Yeah, I am fine. It is impossible to convey the shock I felt when I saw them. I was certain that I was doomed. Yet to my surprise, they stayed motionless. For more than 3 hours, I had to be in that room with them, all the time staring at their terrifying appearance, while being afraid to look away, and at the same time, hearing constant footsteps behind the door. Can't imagine how I didn't lose my mind that night. In the end, when it all went quiet, Jeremy helped me to get out from that horrible room. As later on we would find out from Vincent, those were the old models of animatronics from the previous pizzeria, who were kept here for spare parts. not able to reach Daniel Smith's office. But at least now I had some knowledge of what to expect from this place. At least, I believed so. But I was wrong. As on the third night, we had faced new and more serious problems.
Alright, I think you're clear to go. Just wait for my signal and then rush towards the door next to you.
Okay.
Ready, steady, and... What in the world?
Oricum, dacă îmi place acest video, dislike, dacă nu e evident dislike, și dacă îmi place ce e așa, că vă las să știți.
Come on, go away already.
Vreau să fac aia, deși pe canalul ăsta nu cred că o să fac vreodată.
Good. And who in the world are you?
Deci vă zic sincer, dacă aș avea așa ceva în față, aș lua un pistol și aș trage în tot ce văd.
Jeremy, is it clear? Can I go?
Hey guys, what's going on down there? Do you need my help?
No, it is better for you to stay in the car and make sure that we don't have any unexpected visitors. I'll try to find out what is going on down there on my own. It is hard to describe what we witnessed that night. Was it just a malfunction, or something else that made the older versions of the animatronics start a hunt for us? Based on Vincent's words, there was no way old animatronics could be activated, as there was not a power source in them. Yet, we were certain in what we witnessed that night. And those visions of the girl. She was among the missing kids. What was really going on in that pizzeria? Yet, despite all the difficulties and fears, we were still not planning to give up. But on the fourth night, things went even worse.
More or less fine. Those things are trying to break inside, but I managed to hold them off.
Hold on there. I'll try to distract them.
I think there's no need in that. I managed to build a small barricade here, so it should withstand.
You better try to get to Daniel's office.
Okay. We did manage to survive that night, physically. As for our mental condition, well, here everything was worse. It was already hard to understand what was real and what was just a trick of our imaginations. For some reason, animatronics in Pizzeria were acting differently. Those who were newer models were simply wandering in the pizzeria at night and only tried to attack when they noticed a human, while older versions of animatronics were purposefully trying to get to Jeremy, and it seemed that only he was interesting to them. This all had something to do with that weird-looking animatronic in the form of a puppet, who was definitely in charge of the others, and those visions that it showed me. In all of them, I have seen a missing girl by the name Elsa. That same girl whose mother hired Jeremy to find her. All of this was so confusing. But on the other hand, there were 5 missing kids, and the same amount of animatronics right now were trying to get to Jeremy. What if? But that would then mean that we are already too late. No, I don't want to believe in that. The 5th night was expecting us ahead. The night when we finally achieved our goal.
They're about to break in here. I need you.
Jeremy, hold on. I am on my way to you.
Linda, listen to me. Most likely, I won't be able to get out of this one. So here's what you should do. Straight away, go to the office of Daniel Smith and finish what we started.
What? No, I am not leaving you.
Listen to me, don't worry. Just use the opportunity you have right now and finish this. This is the most right and important thing to do right now. I'm sure you understand that. And tell Elsa's mother that I did the best I could to find her daughter.
Jeremy? Jeremy!
Goodbye, Linda.
Atât pentru acest video. O să continuăm povestea data viitoare. Eu am fost Rocotel Internet și vă zic pa, pa până data viitoare. Pa, pa!